Was she fired or even hired? That's the question swirling around Linda Smith, former Governor Linda Lingle's senior policy advisor. KITV4's Catherine Cruz has more on this political musical chairs mystery.
This was Linda Smith on December 6th, her last day in the governor's office. We're told just hours later, Smith started an $80,000 job as chief financial analyst for the Hawaii Public Housing Authority. But on February 3rd, just 3 days shy of 2 months on the job, she was fired.
I applied for a position, was considered qualified, was interviewed by a panel of 3, was chosen for the position, received a letter of appointment that I was in that job and served in that job until the 3rd, when I received a letter from the Department of Human Services Director discharging me from the position and saying my services were no longer required.
Last week, Housing Director Denise Weiss told KITV the agency was in the process of getting the necessary written approval to hire her from the Federal Housing and Urban Development Office and the State Ethics Commission.
I had actually received an informal opinion from an attorney with the State Ethics Commission before I took the job because I felt that was important.
Smith needed the conflict of interest clearance because she sat on the board which hired Denise Weiss. Smith would effectively been working under Weiss. KITV was told the Housing Board and Attorney General had already given the okay to hire Smith. Today, Nick Spinelli, a spokesman for the Housing Authority, told KITV that Smith had never actually been hired by the office. He said Smith was simply under consideration for the position, and it was Smith who withdrew her name from the running. Denise Weiss, who was away on a family emergency and who just returned today, could not be reached for clarification. Catherine Cruz, KITV 4 News.
And it didn't take long for Smith to land on her feet. She now has a job in Republican Representative Gene Ward's office as the Minority Caucus Manager.